Hello everybody, today is the fourth devlog of Neon Brawl. We made many progress since the last devlog and we are now approaching a final result of the game. So in this devlog we'll firstly see the loading of levels in game, and then we will look at the audio and the menu, as well as the settings and the difficulty. So after the last devlog we started to import the levels on the main game using the CSV library. To remember you, we are creating levels by initiating a CSV file where column and lines correspond to X and Y coordinates. In a box, we put a number which corresponds to a specific tile. For example, we initially put -1 in all box, which correspond to just air. But in other case, the tile number 20 corresponds to the top part of the streetlight. After editing all the levels in the level editor, we copy and paste the CSV file in the main game directory and then we load it. To load it, we simply read every box of the CSV file, and depending on what number there is in the box, we create objects. For example, if somewhere we read the tile number 20, which is the top part of the streetlight, we are going to put this image of the top part of the streetlight using the decorative class, which means nothing will collide with it. While if we read another thing like the tile number 3, we are adding it to the obstacle list, which will be colliding with a player or an enemy. This game starts at the level 0, and when you walk on the end sign, you simply load the next level until you have no more levels to complete. Now let's look at the audio. Firstly, there is two types of audio, and the first one is music. For the music, there is 3 songs in a single file, which forms to a 8-minute tracklist, but this file loops and is listened indefinitely. And the other type of audio are the effects. They are simply sounds which are played when an event occurs. For example, this is a sound which is played when a player starts a level or respawn. And this is a sound when the player dies. There is much more sound effects like the jump, the end of the game, the bullet being shooted, but also the grenade exploding. But we'll let you discover the sounds if you want to by downloading the game using the link in the description. Last but not least, we are going to talk about the menu and the settings. This is a big part of the game because it is where the game starts and it's the first thing you see when you launch the game. So when you run the game, there is 3 buttons: the play button, the setting button and the quiet button. Firstly, the play button will send you to the next page, which is where you choose your difficulty. There is 3 difficulties in the game: easy, medium and hard. And depending on what difficulty you choose, it will change the following variables: the amount of healing, grenade and ammo you receive from boxes, the damage you inflict, the damage that you receive and the damage of the grenade. For example, if you walk on the health box in the easy difficulty, it will give you 55 HP, while if you do the same in the hard difficulty, it will only give you 45 HP. After you choose the difficulty, you will load in the level and the game will be started, so you can go and explore the level. If we come back to the main menu, we are going to explain the settings button. It will send you to the next page of settings, and in this page you will have various options. Firstly, if we click on the controls button, it will send you to the page where you can change the controls. To change the controls, you will have to click on the name of the control you want to change, from where a pop-up image will show up and telling you to click on the key you want to input. Then, if we come back on the previous setting page by pressing escape button or clicking on the return button on the top left part of the screen, we can click on the other setting, which is sound. On this sound setting, you can choose the 2 types of sound we talked about earlier, the music and the effects, from 0 to 1 by clicking on the minus and plus buttons. Now let's come back to the main setting page, and on the bottom you can see the save and reset settings. As you understand, if you click on the save button, it will save the current settings, so the control and the sounds, and it will load them automatically the next time you start the game. And if you press the reset settings button, it will simply put the original settings. If we come back to the main menu, you can also see the quit button, which will simply leave the game if you click on it. And another thing is that if you press the escape key while playing on level, it will pause the game and you will see a similar menu as the main menu, which will show the resume button to continue your adventure, the setting button which will let you change, save and reset settings like we just saw, and the quit button to leave the game. Now that we have explained all the progress we made with loading levels, adding audio and menu settings, we think that we are close to a good final result, but there is still a few things to do. Firstly, we need to finish the levels, and this is taking a long time because we want to create 3 levels which are different and use the most possibilities offered by the game and the level editor. Besides that, we still need to fix bugs that we found sometimes while testing levels, and after that we are also thinking about a few new features that we could add. For example, we are thinking about a save and load progress feature, or another feature which could let you choose between different characters at the start of the game. So you might understand it, but this devlog should be the last devlog before the release of the game. So if you have any ideas, suggestions or tips, you can leave a comment, we will appreciate it a lot. Thanks for watching and see you later in the next non-Brawl video.